What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Between the Numbers Sports podcast and show. I'm your host, Daryl. And who's having a better 2024 offseason than LSU? So before we get into the episode, go ahead and smash that like button if you think LSU is having the best offseason out of all the programs in the SEC and maybe even outside of the SEC, right? So yeah, go ahead and smash that like button. All right, so who's having a better offseason than LSU? The reason why I said that is because I think the foundation has been laid by Brian Kelly and his coaching staff to, compete for a national championship, either this 2024 season that's coming up or the next year over, right? And some of the things that I wrote down was, okay, if you think about the momentum, right? It's all about momentum in college football programs. If you paid attention to some of the teams recently that's peaking, um, it's all been about, momentum, right? So this is some of the momentum that LSU has, gained heading into this new season, right? Well, we have a Heisman runner, right, in Jaden Daniels, right? A few days ago, it was announced that LSU finished with the number one offense in the country, right? That's momentum. Other recruits and top quarterbacks and wide receivers and running backs are going to want to play for this offense. LSU finished 27 to 27 in recruiting, right? In this most recent recruiting class, 27 to 27. We had some big flips and Dominique McKinley and a few other guys, right, from Texas A&M, right? Um, we had 10 wins. The second time under Brian Kelly, right? So Brian Kelly is heading into his third year. 10 wins, that's 20 wins. 7 losses for Brian Kelly. Bowl victory, right? So far, Brian Kelly is undefeated in bowls. Um, LSU, we got a new defensive coordinator in Blake Baker, right? He hired some elite assistant coaches, right? So Corey Raymond is back. He got Bo Davis and he got Kevin Peoples. Bo Davis and Kevin Peoples are both elite D-line coaches, right? And we all know who Corey Raymond is, right? We don't need to have any bio on who Corey Raymond is. And then you have to think about the 2025 recruiting class, right? So LSU landed a commitment from Bryce Underwood, Cade Durham, and um, I forgot the other kid name, right? But he's a big time wide receiver. Um, and so, the foundation has been laid by this coaching staff, right? The foundation has been laid, right? Um, Going into Brian Kelly's third year, this is the year where Brian Kelly can now start to see what he's been trying to implement at LSU, right? The culture change, right? Being tactical, being physical, right? The mental part of the football game, right? And so this is the year going into year three, right? The foundation has been laid, and I strongly believe that probably within um, year five or year six of Brian Kelly's, campaign, right? Because I believe he has a 10-year contract at LSU, right? I think between year four, I'm gonna say 4 through 6, you're gonna see LSU competing for a national championship. And what I mean by competing is playing in a national championship game, um, and hopefully winning that national championship game because the foundation has been laid. LSU has a stout quarterback room, right? We got some issues at running back because we lost a few guys to the transfer portal and into the NFL. But the wide receiver room is great. We're good at offensive line. We're good at tight end, right? So I have no issues with. I have faith that Brian Kelly and them are going to turn the curve and get LSU back, competing in the playoffs and competing for a national championship within the next 2 to 3 years. And hopefully, LSU can win a national championship. Um, and just give the people what they want. Win a national championship, right? Because for Brian Kelly, that's what it's all about. That's why he came to LSU, right? He came to LSU because he wanted to compete on a higher stage, on a bigger stage, have better recruits, have better resources, and win a national championship. Brian Kelly winning percentage in college football is 726, right? So he has a very high winning percentage. but he doesn't have a national championship, right? So you know that Brian Kelly wants nothing more than to win a national championship. He's one of the most winningest coaches in college football without a national championship. So that's top. That's top on his things to get done before he hang it up, before he retire. And you know, the people of Louisiana and the LSU fans are itching for another national championship also. 2019 is that was a long time ago to me. That was a long time ago to me. I want to see LSU competing for a national championship year in and year out, and be in contention for it, like the Ohio States and the Michigans and the Alabamas and the Georgias. You know what I mean? Like those teams, right? That's what I want to see from LSU. I don't want to see us winning it in like 2019, and then it's been 4 or 5, 6 years before we compete for another national championship, right? I want to see sustained superior performance, right, from this team. And I think Brad Kelly is finally getting his guys in, and you know, gonna get this thing headed back in the right direction. But I strongly believe that LSU is having the best 2024 with the most momentum in the offseason out of any other team in the SEC. And so I can't wait for, spring and the spring game and, the season to get started in Las Vegas versus USC. So again, hit that like button, subscribe, or leave a comment if you think LSU is having the best 2024 offseason of anyone else in the SEC or college football. And as always, I appreciate all of the subscribers, the engagements in the comments, and all of the likes and all of that stuff. So until next time, I'm out.